FPL Donatellos, welcome back. I'm your host, Sean the Don, aka the Allison Doppelganger, which is why I'm rocking my Brazil uni today. If you're new around here, this FPL channel is strictly dedicated to making FPL as fun as possible, sharing some jokes, all while simultaneously being an Alex Morgan and Rihanna fan page. What's up, Alex? Anyway, before we start, I want to give a quick shout out to the Predators, who are once again back-to-back. They're draking it. Top of the mini league table in the Donatello's mini league. Code in the description below. Shout out to you. You're doing a great job. Also want to say thank you to everyone who showed up to the stream. Thank you to everyone who's been so supportive to me while I've had this YouTube channel. And I will be streaming again on Friday. If you have any questions, please drop in the description below. Now let's go ahead and see how my Game Week 3 did. Spoiler alert. Boop, 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 boop. So as you can see here, I did not have a good Game Week 3. But that's the beauty of FPL. You can't celebrate the highs without feeling the lows. I think Snoop Dogg once said that. But anyway, as you can see, anytime, I'm starting a new rule, anytime I score less than 35 points, I'm going to put myself in the roasting chair. You're more than welcome to join in. Please comment some roast below, and welcome to the Sean the Don roast. So, as you can see, I end up with 33 points minus 4, that's 29. Quick maths. You know who else is 29? Big Shaq. Great rhymes. This might be over the top there, but my score was so low. How low was it? Lower than my chances of Vanessa Hudgens responding to my tweet. My score was lower than my self-esteem talking to women in high school. My score was lower than my self-esteem talking to women in college. My score was... I think you can see where the joke is going there. My score before Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold play wasn't even old enough to buy a beer. My score was so low at that point that my team would have to show ID to get in to watch The Matrix. They weren't even old enough to get enlisted into the army. I had 17 points before that game happened. My game week was so disappointing, Game of Thrones writers would be happy about it. But in all seriousness, if Mario Kart has taught me anything throughout the years, is that it's always best to start near the back, and now I'm going to get my bullet bill, my blue shell, and climb my way up to the top. Muhammad Ali once said, get knocked down 7 times, get up 8. He also said, if you ever dreamed about beating me, you better wake up and apologize right now. That last one didn't have much to do with FPL, but it's always one of my favorite quotes. But in all seriousness, I mean, my team got 33 points. It is upsetting, but that's the beauty of FPL. I'm not worried about it. I'm staying optimistic. They say defense wins championships. And look at my defense. They scored half my points, which is a little discouraging because 3 of them I only paid 4.5 for, and 1 of them got a donut. But, again, Matt Ryan came in with 1 point. I mean, it was to be expected going into that match. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he proved everyone that the waiting game is a way to go for him. Not only did he get an assist, but he came away with 3 bonus points. Yes, they didn't get a clean sheet, but they're playing Arsenal. For him to get 7 points off that match, very pumped about it. Kyle Walker-Peters at 1 point was my highest scoring player before that Liverpool match, which tells you everything about Game Week 3. So, thank you, Kyle Walker-Peters, for getting me 6 points. Now, Taylor got me 2. Vinagre finally got the start and then blinked. It's like in high school, I liked this girl for 3 years, and I finally went on a date with her, and then she never called me back. That's what Vinagre just did to me. He had me wait for 3 weeks for him to start, and then I finally get him to start against the West Ham squad, and then they get destroyed. But it is what it is. I hope he can start this weekend. And when I look at my squad, not one of my players this week scored. I know, you can insert a college joke about me there as well. But Harvey Barnes, I wasn't expecting much. He's somebody that I'm super pumped for these next few game weeks, though. Mo Salah, he got an assist. I can't be too upset about that. KDB, look, getting 2 points, having your captain blank is always rough. But when everyone else is blanking, except for you, FPL Ibracadabra, who captained Bruno Fernandes, I'm a little okay with it. You know, it is what it is. I mean, honestly, was I going to put a captaincy armband on Kyle Walker-Peters? No. But KDB, blanked. It is upsetting. I am a little worried about him not having Aguero or Jesus. I will talk about that in the next segment. So from my midfield here, yes, I didn't score the most points. Yes, my captaincy blanked. But they still all looked really good when I watched them play, honestly. So I'm not worried about them at all going forward. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes they get blanks. That's fine. As far as my strikers, I mean, they are testing my patience right now. They came away with 4 points again combined. Werner, we all know how much he struggled so far to begin the season. He did just get a goal today against the Spurs, but unfortunately it's not the Premier League match, so I get no points for that. And then you have Martial. Look, Martial and I have the same amount of shots on target and the same amount of attempted assists over the whole Premier League season so far. 0. That is something that is very frustrating to watch. Man United don't look like the same team that we saw in post-COVID. Or post-COVID break, I should say. So yes, my game week 3 was very disappointing. I ended up with 29 points, but I'm not going to cry about it. I already did that on the way home. Shout out Michael Scott one time. And again, I squeaked again. But yeah, it was a frustrating week. That's fine. Moving forward, though, I'm hoping this could be the week that I get a green arrow and really climb the rankings. So let's go ahead and see what game week 4 has in store for me. Sweet. So in goal, look, it is super important right now to get as many penalty takers as you can with how many penalties are being rewarded. So I went ahead and put Matt Ryan in. Because in Australia, when he was in that league, I think he took a penalty. He missed it, but he took it. Now, in all seriousness, he's never going to take a penalty for Brighton. I would guess not. But, like, he's 4.5 mil. I can't afford to change a keeper out right now. I have so many holes in my squad. I can't afford to do it. So, Margot Robbie is still going to stay in my spot. Then I got Kyle Walker-Peters. I'm sticking with him. He is true. He got 6 points last week. He got an assist the week before. He honestly looks really good. And he's playing West Brom at home. And if I'm not mistaken, West Brom have the most goals conceded and the least amount of goals scored. So right now it's looking like a win-win for him. I'm thinking that he could potentially get a clean sheet now, knock on wood. I could see him getting a clean sheet and maybe an attacking return right now. We'll see what happens. Then I got Trent Alexander-Arnold. Look, not much needs to be said about him. He's going to get assists consistently throughout the season. Now, if I was wildcarding, would I put in Robertson instead of him and save that 0.5? Potentially, now that Robertson is on some corners. But for now, I'm sticking with TAA. He looks great. He's just a set-and-forget kind of guy, and he showed last week why you need to not worry about him. He is sticking in my squad. Then I got Taylor. Taylor had a cracking shot. I wish Ray Hudson was on the call because he had a shot that he just rocketed with his left foot. I thought it was going to go in. A good save. But Taylor, I don't know how many Burnley assets I would want right now, but if I was going to get anybody, it'd probably be, well, Wood, of course, is good, but then I would get Taylor after that. He's 4.5. He's getting in decently good attacking roles. Now, defensively, I don't know how good they are compared to last season. They might have lost a bit, but I'm still staying patient. He got an assist, I think, 2 weeks ago, so I'm not worried about him right now. And right now, I'm going to have Vinagre as my 4th defender. Now, yes, I could go a different option, but I think they're playing full, and that is a great opportunity for him to get a clean sheet. But the question is he going to start? I'm not so sure about that. It's something I'll have to monitor going forward. But for now, he's in my squad. I'm going to stick with him. Yes, he didn't play well. Yes, Wolves didn't play well last week. But if there's a chance for them to bounce back, I love that squad. I love Nuno. I think he's a great manager. Vinagre is going to stay in my squad for now. So as you can see in my midfield, I haven't made a change yet. I know you're just as shocked as I am so far. That's because I really like what I have in the mid. Harvey Barnes looked really good against City. He was consistently attacking on counterattacks, and I honestly thought that he was the most dangerous player throughout the whole match. Yes, Vardy came away with the goals, and of course Madison looked really good when he came on, but he only played for 15 minutes or so. But Harvey Barnes looked great. On the counter, he was always getting forward. He had the 2 passes to Vardy that led to the penalties. I think he looked incredible. Now, if he scores on Sunday, you're going to see an incredibly happy Sean the Don on the stream on Sunday. Why do I keep using myself in the third person? Because that's how ecstatic I would be if he scores. I'm all in on Harvey Barnes. I feel like I've gotten him before he kind of takes off, but I could be saying a completely different story next week. But he's playing against a West Ham squad who are a little fickle, I'm not going to lie. We thought that they would be struggling to start the season off, but they just handed Wolves a huge defeat. Are they going to do the same against Leicester? I'm not sure because Leicester probably are, other than Liverpool, they look like one of the best teams in the Prem right now. They're 3-0. They just handed Man City. Their team has good form. Harvey Barnes has good form. He's averaging 4 shots per game. 10 of his shots so far this season have been in the box. He's getting in great attacking positions. And Leicester have great form, and they have great fixtures. I think Harvey Barnes is a great buy, and he's still only 7 mil. If I was looking at anybody to replace Son, he would have been the first person I would pick, but that's my opinion from someone who just scored 29 points. Then we have Mr. Reliable, the Rihanna of Premiership football, Mo Salah. Because every time he plays, you know he's going to be dropping bangers. Look, he is averaging something like 6 shots per game right now, 3.5 attempted assists per game, somewhere around those lines. He looks phenomenal. Add all that form to a great run of fixtures, and it's a no-brainer to me. He's looking like a great captaincy option right now. Right now he's going to be my vice captain, but I could easily switch it to him. He looks like a great captaincy pick. He's playing an Aston Villa squad that we might be overlooking right now. But look, Mo Salah looks great. You know what's even more encouraging, though, for that Arsenal match on Monday? Is that the longer the game went, the better Mo Salah looked. He was their most creative player as time went on. Mane was probably their best player, I'm not going to lie, in my opinion. But Mo Salah looked great. He was so creative as the game went on. The only thing that I had bad against him was the fact that he stole Diogo Jota's goal at the very end. But, look, he is phenomenal. Even his little run around, I think it was Tierney that he had to set up that Mane goal for his assist. He looked incredibly fast. He looks hungry to score as much as possible. And I really want him in my squad. I don't know how much more needs to be said. We all know the dude is great. Then I have KDB, who is the best midfielder in the world since Carly Lloyd. Now, right now, he does have the captaincy armband, but I am a little nervous about it. Because without Jesus and Aguero, I don't know how much he's going to get as far as assists goes. Who's he going to target? Now, yes, Sterling is still there. He does have Mahrez if he plays, but there still is a very limited amount of players as far as the City that we know. But KDB is a Samuel Jackson of City. He is involved in everything. He still looks great on set pieces, great on corners. He's consistently getting forward, which is great. But I might end up switching it to Salah. But KDB, again, is still the best midfielder in the world, in my opinion. And he's going up against Leeds, who are giving up goals left and right to top-tier squads. So, as of right now, I'm sticking with KDB, but I could easily switch to Salah. Then for my last midfield spot, I got James Rodriguez. The dude has been quality for 7 years now. At Bayern and Real, he was quality even with the lack of minutes he was getting some years. This dude is great. He is a focal point on the Everton offense. Yes, DCL and Richarlison are the ones that are going to get the most of the goals, but James is the one that's making all of it move. And under Ancelotti, James Rodriguez looks great. The team looks great. He looks great. He's going to nowhere in my squad. Then for my forwards, as you can see here, Timo Werner staying in the squad. And this is only because I had to choose between Martial or Timo Werner. And honestly, Martial looks worse to start the season than Timo Werner does. Martial had 0 shots on target and 0 attempted assists for the first 2 game weeks so far. So I had to go ahead and get rid of him, but I'll worry about that in a minute. I'm keeping Timo Werner. He doesn't look as good as we thought that he was going to. But is that just him getting used to the Premiership? Is he just getting used to Frank Lampard's offense? Are they not creating enough for him? There's a lot of question marks around him. But I'm going to stick with them. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going to stick with you. Who sings that song? Was it Jordan Sparks? Anyway, Timo Werner is staying in my squad. I'm definitely keeping an eye out for him. And I'm really hoping he can score against this Crystal Palace squad. If he can come away with a return this weekend, I'd be maybe not as happy as if Harvey Barnes scored, but I would just be so relieved to see him finally get a goal. So as you can see here, before I get into who I replaced Martial with, can we just take a moment of appreciation to say that I have not taken a -4 yet. I know. I'm just as shocked as you are. And I know what you're thinking. As soon as I post this video, I'm going to go ahead and take that -4, and you guys will never know. Which I might do, I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to stay strong. It's taken every ounce of strength that I have in me to not go ahead and take this -4. And I've made it all the way till Tuesday night, and I'm very proud of myself. So thank you for everyone who's told me to stay strong and not take this -4. I'll see if I can make it till Saturday. But for my replacement, for Martial, I'm going with Raul Jimenez. And I know a lot of people are doing the same thing. Pero me encanta Raul Jimenez. I think he looks great for 2 seasons now. I think that with this Wolves offense, yes, they did struggle last weekend, but he is their focal point. He is everything that they run through. If they're going to score, it's most likely going to be through him. And look, he has scored 3 game weeks in a row. He is on great form. Yes, one of those was an own goal, but this dude has a knack for putting the ball in the back of the net. And I'm putting all my money down that he's going to score against Fulham or against Leeds or against Newcastle on these next 3 weeks. And I know that Raul Jimenez is probably the more boring pick to do. A lot of people are doing it. But for me, it was a no-brainer. Something I was planning on last week if you watched my video. And it saves me that 0.5 from dropping down to Martial. This is going to allow me to maybe upgrade Vinagre, who's got to go. Or maybe Saka, who's costing too much money because something's got to give. Outcast reference right there. But this helps me out for my team and for my depth going forward. So I'm really happy with this move, and I hope that you can come away with a goal or two these next 2 weeks. So that was my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And again, feel free to roast me for my 29-point performance. Best roast gets pinned, I guess. I don't know what else I can reward. But I will be live streaming on Friday. If you have any questions, any players you want me to go over, let me know, and I'll do my best research for them. And again, have a beautiful day. Let's have a great Game Week 4. And thank you all for the love and support. Don out, man. Take care.